Hello and welcome to Women Business Initiative International Member Interview Series. I'm Ugne Marchiono, a creative growth strategist at Aim to Wow, and I'm here with Nancy.
I'm Nancy Mayer. I'm a voice teacher for singers and speakers, and we are interviewing members of our community to show what impact they bring to their clients. We hope you enjoy it. Welcome, everyone, to today's interview. Ugne and I are very pleased to invite Maud Janssen. She's here with us today to talk about her business. She's a personal stylist and an experienced color and style consultant. I happen to be one of her very satisfied customers. She has done my colors as well as some personal shopping, which was a lot of fun, and I plan to do more in the spring. Welcome, Maud. And would you please just start us off by telling us something about yourself and about your business?
Thank you. Thank you for the warm welcome. Nancy, you already said my name is Maud Janssen, very Dutch, and I'm Dutch, but I've lived 20 years abroad in Italy for a long time, Spain, lived close to London, and I lived in Japan, in Tokyo. So I always say my heart's Mediterranean because I feel I belong in the Mediterranean, but I'm also happy to be back in the Netherlands. I'm working since 2013 as a personal stylist or an image consultant. There are many words for what I do. And I just love my job. It's a very positive job. And it gives me a lot of satisfaction.
Can you tell us a little bit about how you started to do this?
Of course. Yeah, I when I moved from Barcelona to England, first of all, I didn't want to move at all because I felt so happy in Spain. So I had a lot of resistance. But when I arrived in England, I met a very nice Italian lady, and she's a friend now. And she asked me, what would you do if you could pick your ideal job here? And I said, oh, then I would definitely want to make people look beautiful, dress them, style them, make them feel good about themselves. And she said, well, what's holding you back? Why are you not doing this? And I said, yeah, well, I have no education. I worked for a personal shopper already like 25 years ago in Rome. We went with Italian clothes to the United States. And I thought, oh, gosh, if I could do this one day as my job, that would be fabulous. But I never continued to make it work. And then in England, I made it work. I just went for a color analysis myself and wrote the company House of Color a letter that I was interested in training with them. And this is now 11 years ago. So history, and I would do it again in a heartbeat.
You're living your dream.
Absolutely. And I hope to do this till I'm 90. That's my goal, or even longer. Who knows?
Love it. I remember the first time I met you in one of the Women Business Initiative International events, Maud, and we were just talking about how you started, and you were saying also about some barriers that you had to overcome with yourself.
Yes.
As a psychologist by education, you were saying at the beginning, to me, it seemed a bit like, just the outer look, and then actually what you do is so much more than just the looks. Can you tell us a bit more of that the styling and colors can touch in a person when they work with you?
Yeah, there's a lot of psychology in what I do. So yeah, I have a master in psychology, but so I never worked as a true psychologist because I moved abroad. But I felt it was something superficial to deal with clothes and styling, and I always had a little bit of an embarrassment for this passion because I felt it would be viewed upon as something superficial and not be taken seriously. But I know now, after so many years, that it's so much, there's so much psychology in what I do, and it just brings joy and happiness in the first place because people love colors, and not only they make us feel good, but also other people take joy from colors. And it gives self-confidence to wear colors and clothes that make us feel good. So it's all about this, and the impact of what I do is truly in bringing happiness and bringing self-confidence.
That's great. I heard you more times saying positive and joy, and it's really, as you say, it's one in the colors, but also in the confidence and the way the people who you touch through your work, the women you touch through your work approach life after, right? So the confidence is probably also seen in their posture. We were just touching on that before when we had a little check-in moment before starting this interview. Would you feel like sharing a few tips, maybe something
Oh,
as you shared with us at the beginning, like
yeah,
slippers
definitely.
or shoes? I don't know.
Yeah, we were just joking before we started that I already put on my heels to do the interview, and nobody sees my heels, but it makes me feel more professional instead of wearing my home slippers. And the lipstick. I mean, for me, it's this brings joy to my face and wakes me up, and I feel confident with it. And I know a lot of Dutch women don't wear lipstick, and I don't really want to push anyone, but it does something to your face and to your eyes. And if on Zoom, I would definitely always wear lipstick. Another tip is buy only what you love. I think we buy far too many clothes, and if you doubt, then just don't buy it. And I went shopping with Nancy, and it was good to see she could very easily make decisions, because either you instantly love something, and if there's something with it that you keep on like pulling something, or you don't like the fabric, or you don't know the way it fits, or you're not sure about it, then just leave it in the store. And if you still keep thinking about it, you can always go back. But yeah, I would only buy what I love, and I try to buy less, and I don't want to stimulate people to buy more and more, and just buy more consciously and buy secondhand. There's so many wonderful secondhand stores in The Hague as well, where you can find treasures. You just need to know what you're looking for. And that is what I teach people. Because when you know exactly which colors look good on you and which styles of clothes work for you, then it makes it easier to look for those things. Because I can just pass all these racks full of browns and moss greens and rusty colors, because they make me look really tired and washed out. And I can go straight to the colors that I know work for me. And then it's trying to find something that fits you well, and that fits not only your body, but also who you are. Because that's also key in not only dressing your shape, but also dressing for who you are as a person. I could tell you, oh, this would look fabulous with your figure. And a lot of people say, yeah, you're slim, Maud, you can wear anything. But it's not true. There's so many things that don't look good on me, but it's knowing what does look good on you. And that's also what I always like to emphasize, like the positive things, the things that work for you, things that look good. And it doesn't have to be expensive. It can be very easy. Just like you, Ukne, wearing a colorful, what is it? Is it a blazer or is it a cardigan? It doesn't matter. It brings color. It just adds more impact, instead of wearing just a plain or gray top that is less impactful.
Is there some
gives confidence?
is there something that your clients tell you in testimonials, or also just after a shopping trip or color session? And are there certain things that come up after those sessions that they mention that have really changed for them?
Yeah, many things change, and it is not always life-changing, but for some people it has been life-changing, and I'm really proud of that. And some people took a year off just to discover what they wanted, and it made them think about what they were doing at the moment and how they were standing in their lives and what was important to them. So that's coming back to the psychology and the part that is not superficial, that it does make you think about how you want to express yourself through your clothes and which message you want to send out to the world. So, and it should be a positive one. And if it's not, then there's something to work on, which is also a good thing. You can realize that. Because I think in Holland we have this saying that just doe maar gewoon, just be normal, act normal, don't put your head up too high. And I think I learned so much from the Italian women that, and that it's good to be proud to be feminine and to walk straight and just to love getting compliments. Just say thank you. So the testimonials are overall very positive and not always life-changing, but some are. and just that happiness, and just being happy to open a wardrobe with having clothes that you love wearing and that fit you and that look wonderful on you and make you feel great. And then the day starts different, even if it's a gray day in Holland.
It's
You
true.
It
mentioned
helps.
the
Yeah, it
start
helps.
of the day. I'm also thinking, do your clients feel also impact on their daily routines? It's not only about they will learn with you how to dress, the colors that fit them, the forms and shapes, but does that change also like the morning? Because there are, I think, plenty of women out there that when we have an occasion or we need to go to the office, you open your wardrobe and you go like, okay, and it's 10, 15 minutes, sometimes standing, sometimes trying things. Does working with you impact that too?
Yeah, it makes it easier. It makes it easier because I want people to have less things, but the things that they have, they work. And it's good to think in advance, in a day in advance, to think, oh, I have this meeting, or I have this presentation, or I have an interview. What shall I wear? And you can pick outfits. And I always tell people, sometimes make photos of yourself, because sometimes on a photo you can see, oh, this trouser doesn't go so well with that jacket, and maybe I should change it, or which shoes to go, which accessories. It's all also in these details. Maybe adding a little belt. And if you have those clothes, if you've invested in those things, then it's easier to pick, and everything will go together if you start wearing the colors from your palette. You don't have things that you say, oh, I have this dress, but I have no shoes to go with it. Or I have this jacket, but I have no trouser to go with it, because everything at a certain point will go together, because all the colors harmonize with each other. So it makes it easier. It will save you time and energy.
I love it. I heard less things and more happiness. It's like, it's the perfection, right? It's what we all need more of.
Yeah, I think we all need more of that. Yeah. Simplifying life and just knowing what works. And I think for many people, it's like a luxury thing, or like only the famous people have personal stylists. But the good thing is that I see more and more, and I see it also for myself. I worked with an interior designer for the house, and I would have never picked the colors for my walls or for some certain piece of furniture that she picked for me. And what she did is she brought harmony to the furniture we already had. So she didn't try to imply her opinion upon me, but she just made it like all going together. And she matched she picked colors for the walls, and this is exactly what I do for my clients. And just once you know, because you can teach people once, and then they know themselves. And if they still need help, I'm happy to go shopping with them. That's something I love to do too.
I mean, I
A
take
lot,
it
of, a
from,
lot of my clients, sorry, Nancy, a lot of my clients don't like shopping. And it can be very overwhelming to go in stores and think, oh, where do I start? And I don't have time for this, and I never find anything. And somehow I just love picking the right things for people.
to me, it's bringing harmony. So I'm a musician, so I think in those terms. But what you're doing is helping bring harmony into a wardrobe, into a person's life, so that everything goes together, everything works. You don't have to spend so much time thinking about things. And it saves you money, really. I mean, that's something really important. You don't spend as much when you have everything going together and you know the right colors.
Yeah.
And you know the right things.
It is very true. It's just that one initial investment that you need to do to hire me, and then from there on, you can go. So in the end, you'll save time and money, and it will bring happiness. Is that the key? That's the key of this interview, or not?
As you said, happiness to share with others. Because I think when we as women, especially, we're shining, we're happy. Also, bright colors, lipsticks, as you said, it just rubs off on the people that you meet on the street. So it's really amazing what you do. Love it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely agree. Everything I have done with you has paid off.
Good. Good to hear. And people sometimes, that's what you said, you can, oh, I'm meeting Maud, so I need to wear color and I need to wear lipstick. I have that effect on people, but I'm not going around and looking very criticizing other people and saying, oh, but I just notice some people looking very well. And sometimes I think, oh, what some people could change to even look even better than they do. And sometimes that's only adding a scarf, or that's just adding, maybe changing one color to another. So it can be so simple. But I'm not walking around criticizing everybody that is dressed in gray. Don't worry about that.
Someone who doesn't know Maud, it's never felt from you. So it's I live it more as a reminder. It's like, oh, the lipstick, it can change. It's really the way you teach, and I attended your workshop. It's really more like I can just, as you said now, do something very small, and it will really have a big impact on my day. And I really enjoy it every time.
Oh, that is so nice to hear. Yeah, there's a community. It's called the Red Hat Society. And I think that's a group of women that started wearing red beret hats. And I think it's also part of freedom that I think it's so liberating if we as women, I think we feel evaluated by the eyes of others many times in our lives. And I think it's so liberating if you can just walk into a room where other people are, just feeling good about yourself and not having to compare yourself to others. And I think that's a great feeling. I think you're just like, this is who I am and this is how I feel good. And that's it. And then just start conversations with people.
Right.
And I think as women, we are too harsh on ourselves. We criticize ourselves too much. And I think men are way easier. They're ready in 2 minutes and they're not thinking so much about what other people think from them. And it is easier for them. And I think as women, we should be uplifting ourselves, but also uplifting others. And this is why it's nice to give compliments. If you truly feel, hey, you look good, or you look well, or how are you? And I think it helps us. And it's also for free. And then say thank you when you receive a compliment.
Yes. Great. Thank you so much, Maud, for sharing
Thank
of
you.
your knowledge with us today again, the inspiration. And yeah, it was really lovely having you in our interview.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
See you soon.